Beware of aliens from outer space that come down to Earth to devour us all. And especially beware of the one that creeps and crawls and oozes through cracks in the walls. That's right. Run. Don't walk from the Blob. This 1958 sci-fi horror movie is about an amorphous creature that absorbs victims whole, terrorizing a small town and making teenagers seem delusional. This terrifying premise originally had an equally terrifying main title called Violence, composed by Ralph Carmichael, who scored the film. However, the studio wanted a lighter theme to go over the opening credits. The new song features a single verse repeated a few times, with some rockin' saxophone solos in between.
Beware of the blob, it creeps and takes and glides and slides across the floor, right at the door and all around the wall. A splotch, be careful of the blob.
The Blob was co-written by Burt Bacharach and Mac David. A group of studio musicians were gathered together to record the new song under the name The Five Blobs. Paul Roberts played the saxophone and Bernie Nee did the vocals. Though it sounds like multiple people are singing, it's actually just Nee's voice, with different recordings of him overlaid on top of one another, thus making Nee all 5 of the 5 blobs. I couldn't find the names of any of the other musicians who worked on the track, and apparently that's just fine with Columbia Records, because they didn't even give Bernie Nee credit for his work on the song, which went on to peak at number 33 on the Billboard Hot 100. Upset by being forced into anonymity on his big hit, Nee bought ads in various publications announcing that he was the 5 blobs. Columbia responded to this by just straight up firing him, obviously. Nee signed on with a much smaller label and tried to recreate his success by releasing a few other songs under the name The 5 Blobs, but none of them really went anywhere. It didn't take long for other groups to start covering The Blob. 2 different versions were released the same year as the original, one by The Zanies and one by Joe August.
Beware of the blob, it creeps and leaps and glides and slides across the floor.
While I don't think either of these are bad, I don't think they really have the same energy as the original, and they don't put quite enough of a unique spin on the song for either to seem especially worthwhile to me. They both feel a little sluggish to my ear compared to the original. Other covers offer more in the way of new concepts and orchestrations. The Cincinnati Pops Orchestra released a cover on their 2002 album Scary Music that starts out sounding pretty similar to the original, but morphs as it goes on, using a swelling orchestral take on the instrumentals in between the verses. Guy Klusevsek covered the song on his album Free Range Accordion. This cover replaces the saxophone bits with, guess what? An accordion! It takes a lot of liberties with the source material, both playing around with the instrumental segments and adding new lyrics.
It tangos, eats mangoes, chit-chats, with spats. It seems quite harmless. After all, it's harmless. But please be careful of the blob.
While this song distinctly doesn't have spooky vibes, it's the theme song from an iconic horror movie, so it unquestionably deserves a place on any Halloween playlist. And indeed, it has been featured on plenty of Halloween compilation albums over the years. As you may have already realized, this song is kind of an earworm. It oozes its way into your brain, and there's no way to get it out. Wolfman Jack actually has a version of the song where he adds lyrics playing with this idea, that the thing from the blob that sticks with you isn't the titular monster, but the catchy theme song. And it's true. It sticks with you and it's hard to shake it off. The fact that it only has one verse makes it easy to pick up the words quickly, and the tune is very memorable and just fun.